guys, it's Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I would like to hop in on Indie Moon's The Ultimate Witch Tag. So I thought this would be a lot of fun, so let's go ahead and jump into it! Question number 1 asks, at what age did I discover I was a witch? So I think actually coming out and calling myself a witch and identifying as a witch has only been in the past few years, where I think all of my life, everything that I've done, how I perceive things, how I work with things, with crystals and herbs and basically, doing spells and making potions and things like that, has kind of been my whole life. I just didn't I didn't really perceive myself as being a witch, basically because of the connotation, growing up in my household. If you were like a witch, that was considered a bad thing. However, on my father's side of the family, he would often mention, my Filipino side, that family off in the Philippines in Cebu, they're Visayan, and they were practicing witch doctors, and so a lot of things that they did, they considered themselves witch. But my dad considered that, well, that's like the island, and that's, that's over there. Like over here, we're not witches. And so I consider myself like, oh, like I can't be a witch, like maybe if I'm, off in the Philippines, that'd be okay. But, here, then that's not okay. Like we have to like keep quiet about it. So yeah, so I would say now I'm like out and about, and I'm like proud. I'm like, what? I'm a witch? Psh. Number 2 asks, how has the craft changed my life? I think that I have a better understanding of myself, and I believe that I have more power in what I do, instead of, everything's just left up to the cosmos or left up to chance. I feel like, within my craft, I can have an influence in, how things turn out. Maybe I can't predict my future and say, oh, X, Y, this is how everything's going to play out, but I can give it a good running start. Question number 3 asks, what family member would I choose to be a witch, and why would I choose that family member? I would choose my Uncle Joe, because he and I, like, we already see eye to eye on everything, and we love, gabbing about everything, about my craft, and, and things supernatural, and things tarot cards, and all the metaphysical stuff, and I know that stuff he's already into, but he kind of shied away from his intuition and kind of following that path fully, because I don't know, it could have been his upbringing, his background and things like of that nature. But I think that if he maybe opened up to that, that he would have more confidence, and he would have less fear of the world around him. So I would definitely choose my awesome Uncle Joe. Question number 4. If the universe gave me one supernatural power upon initiation, what would that power have been? The ability to fly. Like, hell yeah. How cool would that be if you were just like, in an awkward situation, and then you're like, peace out, homie, and just like, whoop, and just kind of floated away? How cool would that be? Or it's like you got to get to work. Hello, rush hour. That's a thing of the past. I mean, well, I guess flying around, that could get cold, but you just put on a thick coat and then just blast on and off to work. I think that would be awesome. So hell yeah, ability to fly, save on airfare. Pack a big lunch. Question number 5, if I had to label my craft, how would I label it? I would say I'm like a mesh of a green witch, hedge witch, eclectic. Yeah. Question number 6, if something happened where I could only practice one speciality in my craft, what would that be? I think that would be working with crystals. I really resonate with crystals. I really feel the energy that comes off of specific crystals. I believe that they all have something to teach me. I have like a bajillion crystals. I have more crystals than I do tarot decks, which is amazing. Question number 7, if I could attend a real life Hogwarts, what would I major in? Herbology, dude. Question number 8, every witch needs a familiar. So what would my familiar be? Besides my little puma that's sleeping on the sack back there, I would say a horse. I've always connected with horse energy. I dream of horses. Like I'm totally horsey dude. Question number 9. Which fictional witch do I resonate with most and why? Okay, so when I was younger, I watched Teen Witch, and the main character is Louise Miller, and I would watch this like over and over and over again, and I'm just like, oh, I love her, like I want to be her, you know, and I kind of felt, you know, even though she played a teenager in high school, and at the time when I watched it, I was still in elementary school, I kind of felt like I was her, like I was awkward and didn't quite fit in, and I was trying to find myself. And I also wanted to find some strange woman that, you know, would say, oh, you know, this is your path and this is how it was meant to be. And then I find out I have like these awesome powers, you know, and so, yeah, and I think that's kind of how it's played out. You know, I have found my awesome lady, which is I now consider her my Chinese mom, my acupuncturist, who is a very good friend of mine. You know, she is my mentor, and she has helped me find the power within myself. And, you know, and I have been having so much fun, you know, practicing my craft. So I believe, yeah, if I were really to resonate with a character, it'd be Louise Miller. Question number 10, I had to write this down, but it says if I could start my own coven using some YouTube peoples, who would they be? Okay, so I'm just going to read off these names. If I'm missing anybody, I'm so sorry. You're awesome sauce. I just have a brain fart. So it would be Alien, Anna Kavatin, who is the Sea Witch or Sea Priestess, Arwen Lynch, Avalon from Avalon Spiritual Odyssey, of course Indie Moon, Maha, Kasha from Tarot Map, Jenna from the White Witch Parlor, of course, she is freaking awesome. Elise from Wild Moon Woman, Ethany, of course, Evelyn from Evelyn Timeless, Inspiring Alien, Kellyanne Maddox, Faux Show, Vix from New Age Hipster, gotta get her in the mix, Alvine, who is, I love watching her, Elle from Sacred Seed, and hopefully I'm not leaving anybody out. If I have, again, your awesome sauce, Brain Fart City. So yes, that would be my YouTube coven. Question number 11, common misconceptions about witches. That they all worship the devil. Like, for real though. And that they all like are covered in warts. And why do they always have a wart on their nose and their chin? I'm not sure. Like, last time I checked, I am wart free. Question number 12, if I could go back to being a baby witch, who would I choose as my mentor? Okay, the person I would choose is not like a famous person or anything. It would be Barbara Anderson, who is my Canadian mom. Okay, so I basically have this like international thing of like moms. I have all these moms I've collected along the way, but she is my Canadian mom, and she is like just so, like, she's a green witch to the 100th power, you know, just, you know, her ability to work with nature, understand animals and plants and herbs, and what she can create, you know, from, you know, wood and oh my gosh, you know, I didn't get to meet her till later in life, till I was in my mid 20s, but I kind of wish that I had grown up with her, because I think I would have had less resistance in or fears to like following a witchy path, following my intuition, being able to communicate with spirit and things like that. I think that she would have been much more loving and would have helped me open up, you know, all of that. As opposed to shying away or running away from it, you know, because she's like total hippie chick, you know, she just like is like, whatever, you know, you roll the way you roll, and you know, and she's like, you know, and I wish that I had grown up with her, so that would have been great. And last question, lucky number 13, where do I see my craft taking me in the future? I think that my craft will continue to help me to explore different avenues within myself, my abilities, my power, you know, being able to just have less fear about things. You know, we often fear what we don't understand, and I think that the craft helps me to understand more about the world around me and more about myself. And the more I learn and understand, the less fear I have, therefore the less hesitation, and the more I can grow. So that's where I see it taking me. All right, Lauren Samantha / Indie Moon, thank you so much for creating this ultimate witch tag. I had a lot of fun making this, and hopefully anybody else who's watching this, definitely jump over to Indie Moon's YouTube channel. I will put the link down below for her channel so you can go check her out if you don't know who this awesome woman is already. And if you want to jump in on this tag, it's Ultimate Witch Tag, so definitely do that. And if you would like to catch a reading with me, don't forget to click on that information box below, or click on one of these boxes up here to take you to my Etsy shop. And if you dug this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and I'll see you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.